You ever been in a season where everything around you feels heavy, where nothing seems to move, where every door you knock on stays locked, and every plan you make falls apart, and you start asking God, why me? Why now? What did I do wrong? You start believing maybe I'm being punished, maybe I messed up too bad, maybe God forgot about me, but I came to tell you tonight that you're not being punished, you're being prepared by God himself. And what feels like pain is really purpose dressed in disguise. Sometimes God takes everything from you, not because he wants to hurt you, but because he wants to rebuild you into something stronger than you've ever been before. He knows what's ahead. He knows the mountains you'll climb and the storms you'll face, and he's not punishing you. He's training you. He's conditioning you for destiny. He's shaping your character through the breaking. He's polishing your soul through the pressure. He's teaching you through the silent sea. We all want the blessing, but nobody wants the breaking yet. The breaking is where the blessing is born. You can't get to purpose without pain. You can't get to strength without struggle. You can't get to faith without fire, because if it's easy, you are without fire. Won't value it if it comes fast. You won't grow from it. God lets you walk through hard seasons because those seasons grow something inside you that comfort never could. You remember David before he became king. He wasn't wearing a crown. He was watching sheep in the field. Nobody clapping. Nobody praising. Just dirt and silence and long, lonely nights, but that field wasn't punishment, it was preparation, because before God gives you a kingdom, he tests your faithfulness in private before he lets you lead others. He lets you learn to lead yourself before he lets you hold the promise. He lets you hand pressure. And David had to learn that the same God who protected him in the field would be the same God who would crown him in the palace. And maybe right now you feel like you're stuck in that field, like you're surrounded by silence and pain and people who don't see your value. But what if God placed you there not to break you down, but to build you up? What if that silence is not God's absence, but his classroom? What if he's using this storm to strengthen the very muscle you'll need to survive the next season of your life? Sometimes God delays not because you're not ready for the blessing, but unaware. Because the blessing isn't ready for you. He's aligning people. He's moving pieces. He's protecting you from things you can't even see. And he's whispering, hold on, child, because I'm working behind the curtain. I'm setting the stage for your breakthrough. And when I finally open this door, it will make sense why every other door had to close when you're being prepared by God. You'll often feel like you're being isolated. People will walk away, friends will fade support. Will dry up, and you'll think it's rejection, but it's really redirection. God will remove people who can't go where he's taking you. He'll close doors that can't handle your destiny. He'll strip away distractions because he's trying to focus your faith sometimes. He has to break your heart to heal your purpose. Sometimes he has to empty your hands so he can fill them with something greater. And I know it hurts. I know it feels unfair. I know it feels lonely, but faith doesn't grow in comfort. It grows in chaos when everything around you is falling apart and you still say, God, I trust you. That's where real faith lives. That's where purpose is born in the fire, not in the sunshine. God uses the struggle to stretch you, the pain to purify you, the loss to lift you, because he's preparing you for something that can't be built overnight. You might be praying for God to end the storm, but God might be using that storm to end something in you. Maybe pride, maybe fear, maybe doubt, maybe the habit of giving up too soon. He's not ignoring you. He's refining you. He's not silent because he doesn't care. He's silent because he's speaking to you. A language only pain can teach. Sometimes the only way God can get your attention is to shake the ground under your feet so you finally stop running and start listening. There's a reason. Diamonds are formed under pressure. There's a reason gold is purified by fire. There's a reason muscles grow through resistance, because without pressure, without heat, without struggle, there's no strength, no clarity, no beauty. God works the same way. He takes what was broken and turns it into something unshakable. He turns pain into purpose, loss into lesson, waiting into wisdom. Because he's not just preparing blessing for you, he's preparing you for the blessing. Think about Joseph, sold by his brothers, thrown into a pit, forgotten in prison for years. And yet every step that looked like punishment was actually positioning, because the same pit they threw him into was the path that took him to the palace. When it was time, God didn't ask for anyone's permission. He elevated him right in front of the same people who betrayed him. That's what God does. He prepares you privately, then reveals you publicly. He lets you cry in the dark. So when you shine in the light, nobody could deny that it was him who carried you. you through. So if you're in a season of struggle right now, don't curse it, embrace it, because pain is not the proof that God has left you. It's the proof that he's still working on you. He's stretching your capacity. He's building your endurance. He's teaching you to stand when others fall, because where he's taking you weak faith won't survive. Where he's sending you small vision won't last. He's preparing a warrior out of your wounds. He's turning your scars into strength. He's molding your story into a testimony that will inspire nations. And I know sometimes you look at others and wonder why life looks easy while yours feels like a battlefield. But don't be fooled by appearances. You don't know what God is protecting you from behind the scenes. You don't know how he's delaying something today to deliver something divine. Tomorrow, what you see as delay might actually be divine development. God is not punishing you. He's promoting you through pressure every time you survive something that should have destroyed you. You're not just getting stronger. You're being certified for destiny. Every time you wipe your tears and still move forward, you're telling heaven, I trust you, God, even when I don't understand you. And that's the kind of faith that moves mountains. That's the kind of faith that calls favor out of thin air, because when you pass through the test with faith, you come out carrying power that can't be learned in comfort. Some people only see your success, but they don't know your suffering. They see your blessing, but not your battle. They see your glow, but not the grind behind it. But God saw it all, every tear, every prayer, every lonely night, every moment you almost gave up. And he whispered, not yet, I'm still preparing you. Not yet, I'm still shaping your spirit, because when I finally lift you up, it won't be temporary. It'll be eternal, you see. God's preparation doesn't always look like progress. Sometimes it looks like pain, but pain is progress in disguise. It's God pulling out the weak pieces and replacing them with strength. It's him stripping away everything that can't go into your next season, because the place he's taking you requires a stronger version of you than the one who started. And when it's finally your time, when God finally flips the script, you'll look back and realize every delay was divine. Every heartbreak was holy. Every closed door was protection, not rejection. Every struggle was a signal that heaven was working on your behalf. And you'll thank God, not just for the blessings, but for the battles, because the battles made you who you are. So tonight, lift your head, dry your tears, and remind your soul that this is not the end. This is the making of you. This is the part of your story where God turns pain into power and struggle into strength. You are not being punished. You are being prepared by God himself. And when he's done preparing you, the same people who doubted you will see why you had to go through it all. They will see a version of you that could only be created in the fire. They will see what divine preparation looks like. They will see the hand of God over your story, because no matter how dark it gets, God is still in control, and he's not finished with you yet. So keep standing, keep believing, keep walking through the storm, because the God who began to work in you will be faithful to complete it. And one day soon you will say it was worth it. Every tear, every test, every struggle, because now I see I was never being punished. I was being prepared by God himself.